Max,
Yes.
is LeBron James on the decline?
You're asking me, Molly, if I've learned my lesson. Not just with the cliff with Tom Brady, but once upon a time when KD won MVP during the regular season, and I said, well, wow, and he really deserved it. I guess LeBron's not the best in the world anymore, and then the playoffs came, he proved me wrong. He's still the best. And then Steph did it. Same story. The league has changed. It's Steph Curry's world. And they won 73 games, and then LeBron proved me wrong again. And most recently, Stephen A., I don't know if you remember, but let me remind you, I know your memory is fuzzy on these things. I actually said that Kawhi Leonard was better than LeBron because LeBron was hurt, getting older. Kawhi just won Finals MVP. And then the dust settled from the playoffs, and I was proven wrong again. So you would think, after being burnt by LeBron so many times, I would have learned my lesson, but you would have thought wrong. It's straight from the horse's mouth. LeBron says he doesn't think he'll ever be 100% again. And why is that relevant now? Well, in the regular season, I didn't think he was the best player in the world, game for game. I thought that was Embiid. And then I thought it was James Harden. And Stephen A., I don't see how the Lakers make it out of the first round given all the injuries. He will not have the playoffs to remind everyone. And next year he'll be 37. If James Harden, for example, comes back and is healthy, and the Nets go on a rampage, as I anticipate they will, and James Harden is the reason, given the way he played in the regular season, he may have taken the crown. I think LeBron is in decline by his own admission.
So, you know,
It's sad, right?
I'm just, it's hard. I mean, there are so many times that I think his basketball, the license to talk basketball should be stripped from him. It's just really amazing. If you're talking about there's a decline in the level of athleticism because LeBron doesn't have the ups on a continuous basis that he had when he was younger, okay, I get that. But this would be the same Max Kellerman that applauded the greatness and accentuated the greatness of Michael Jordan because of how he adjusted once his athleticism diminished to some degree, but there were other elements that came shining from his game. He also applauded Kobe Bryant for the same thing, but we're ignoring that from LeBron James. LeBron James is averaging 25 and nearly 8 assists and 8 rebounds per game. At age 36 in his 18th season. He got his knee twisted up against Atlanta a couple of months, a month and a half ago. He's missed more than 20 games. We get all of that. And because of that, we're going to look at him and we're going to say there's a decline. We've already acknowledged that if LeBron James were healthy, first of all, they wouldn't be battling for some playing spot. If LeBron James were healthy, the Lakers would be a top 3 seed in the Western Conference. We all know it because that's pretty much where they were before he went down. We understand that. We understand it even with Anthony Davis and with the other pieces that they have on the Lakers, which isn't much. If LeBron was healthy, we'd be talking about, are they going to the conference finals? We know this. We know this. Max had them as his favorites to come out of the West because of LeBron James. And that was a month and a half ago. Okay, so all of a sudden he's out due to an injury. And the person that you had going to the finals, there's slippage. It doesn't make any sense. Here's the reality of the situation. LeBron, a matter of fact, just yesterday, I talked about a bunch of names. Who did Max Kellerman have as the best point guard in basketball?
LeBron. He also had him as the most terrifying player when you were off Kendrick Perkins, who is going to join us in
These are all the things that Max said. Now, I brought up stuff he said weeks ago. You just validated what he said 24 hours ago.
Yeah.
This is
None
Max.
of that's contradictory.
Okay, so again, the point that I'm making is you're talking about slippage. What slippage? In the end, your impact on the game, your numbers, what you bring to the table, all of those things matter. And last time I checked when it comes to LeBron James, it's pretty much the same, which is why we marvel at the man's greatness.
All right.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.